Hi my friends, let's start easy, breezy, beautiful child's pose. I've been wanting to say that. Oh, so come on down, big toes to touch, knees as wide as you want. You want to play around a little bit with it here. Inner thighs, kind of holding the side ribs. So you're not too wide that the ribs are just plopping right through. And not too narrow, just to start with this. Gotta get some room for the belly and the chest to breathe. Rest the forehead down. And go to your breathing. Child's pose is a nice place to use the backs of the lungs. So you can imagine this isosceles triangle that lives on the back body. And the base of the triangle is the low back. And then it works up through the side ribs, through the shoulder blades, all the way up through the roof of the mouth to the crown of the head. And then it works back down. So the inhale breath, you start feeling your low back, your back ribs, your side ribs, the shoulder blades, roof of mouth up, going all the way to the crown of the head, and then the exhale breath, you just breathe all the way back down. Crown of head through the roof of the mouth, the blades, the armpits, side ribs, back ribs, low back. And just take a few more of those. Lips together, teeth apart as you're breathing in and out of the nose. But if you need an open mouth exhale to start or at any point, take them. Just want to use them sparingly. If you overuse them, then they don't work the way, they don't work to our benefit. If we just keep on breathing out of the mouth, it can be really overwhelming or shocking for the nervous system. So just take the open mouth exhales when you find it would feel really good. It's a good moment or a place for it. Or you have some stuck energy built up. Or you just need to let go. It's a nice time to breathe out of the mouth. Tongue could come out too. And then just start to spread the hands out wide so you establish some soft presence in the hands. In the arms too, the forearms could lift up here as you're reaching. And then your inhale breath, round through the spine, push into the shins, lift up through a tabletop. Just keep pulling forward till the weight meets the middle finger knuckle. And then exhale breath right back to child's pose. Breathe all the way out, find the bottom of the exhale. And then do it again. Inhale, push to the shins, round through the spine, pull forward, weight in the knuckles, child's, breathe out. And then just take a few more of these on your own. Eventually they can turn into a lazy up dog. So you pull forward, you dunk the hip down, shoulders right over the wrist. Legs are reaching, legs are on the ground, and then you can just kind of look over one shoulder, look over the other shoulder, nice and easy. Child's on the out breath. Don't feel like you have to go to the lazy up dog or that you have to do the tabletops. If you're ready for the one that you want, just go for that one. And just make sure the hands are wide enough so the chest, the ribs have room to move through. All domes up in the up dog. So center of palm up, armpit up, roof of mouth up. Good, one more and then knee back in child's pose. Rest here, breathe out. We're gonna come back to an up dog in a moment, so just 3 breaths. Spread awareness on your exhales. You can move away from efforting for now. Inhale, focus on inhale. Exhale, relax and spread awareness. All right, we're gonna work parts in the arm and then the whole in the up dog. So pull on forward. Hips drop down. It can be the lazy one. Good. And then bring your awareness to your upper arm bones. The upper arm bone rotates. You're gonna rotate the bicep forward to the front of the room. This is something you can see too. Bicep turning forward, the inner elbow will turn forward. Make sure the L shape of the hand is spreading down, searing. Once you have the bicep forward, then shoulder blades, lowest part of the shoulder blades together and down. And then work the front of the shoulder head to the back of the shoulder head. So you got bicep forward, lowest part of shoulder blade together, down, front of shoulder to back of shoulder. And now try with those actions, chin up. Breathe in. Child's. Breathe out. Nice, we'll come back to that. And then just side bend this. So walk the arms up and over off the top left side edge of the mat. Spread the left hand wide, right hand on top of the left. Interlace the fingers to the webbing. And then right toes on the left arch. Just go ahead and pull back, hang back. I like to rock a little side to side here. It's up to you. Left hand is heavy. Let your right thigh kind of open up to the right as you pull that right hip back. Good, and then you're just gonna keep your feet, but walk your hands back, come to sit on the heels. Make adjustments with the feet as you need. So you could keep the right toes on the left arch. You could just sit on either heel. You could also sit on a block or the bolster blanket if you need. And then from here, it depends on how you're sitting. But if you're on your heels and you're able to just let your hips plop over to the right, just plop the hips to the right, you fall off of the heels. And then it's left hand down, side bend, right arm up and over. Inhale, bicep to ear, right palm faces down. 3. Push the left hand a little bit. Lean a little back. 2. Spread the toes. 1. Nice. And then just keep the spine rounded. You're going all the way to cat pose. So chin to the chest. Start to reach the right arm forward, place it, left hand comes there, cat, breathe out, cow, breathe in, cat, breathe out. One more, cow, cat. And then neutralize the spine, back to child's pose. Lazy up dog, breathe in, come on forward. L shape searing down. Our first bicep turns forward. Lowest part of shoulder blade together and in. The front of shoulder head to back of shoulder head. Then chin can come up. Child's, breathe out. Let's side bend this to the right. Arms walk up and over off the top right side edge of the mat. Right hand wide, left hand on top of right. Interlace to the webbing. Cross the left toes on the right arch. Hang it back. About 3-ish breaths. Focus on inhale, the bridge of nose, kind of float to the back of the brain as you breathe in. Spread awareness wide as you breathe out. And sometimes this spreading awareness, you have to stop efforting to spread the awareness, I find. Keep the feet, walk the hands back, sit on the heels. Remember your options. You either have the left toes on the right arch, or you're just sitting on either heel or the props. And then you're going to plop the hips over to the left so you fall off the heels. Right hand comes down, side bend, left arm up and over. 3 breaths, bicep to ear, left palm faces down. Reach with the side ribs. The serratus anterior is reaching to lift the chest. It lives right here. Left side ribs reaching. And then power through the arm. Right hand pushing. One more breath. Good. And then cat pose. So you round it, chin to the chest. Left arm goes forward. Start to lift yourself up. Place the right hand. Scoop the tail. Breathe out. Cow on inhale, cat on exhale. Take a few rounds. Good, so notice how the upper arm bone rotates naturally. When you cow, your biceps will turn forward. Right? When you cat, your biceps will turn in, your triceps will start to wrap a little bit forward. So just let that natural rotation happen in the upper arm. And that's what we're going for in the up dog. Bicep turning forward. You work that part of the arm, then you work that part of the shoulder blade together and down. And then you work it as a whole. You work the whole shoulder from the front to the back, and then there's space to lift the chin. And then the head won't get jammed up back there because the traps are all lifted and stuff. All right, knees together, tuck the toes. Let's go toe squat. Once you have the knees together and the feet together and tuck the toes, you can lift the knees to hover, walk the hands back. You might be here depending on your mobility, or you plop the hips down to the heels. The action of the foot is toes spread wide, relax the toe, outer edge of the heel back and down. The hips back and down, they follow the heels. Center of the foot lifting. Go ahead and reach the arms if it's okay. Let the head go. A few breaths. Good, and now keep the heels close together. Knees are going to go wide, and you can hang it back a little bit more. 3 more breaths. And then it's a forward fold, so just slide the hands back, lift the hips, widen the feet, a little wider than hips width. Could be good. Grab opposite elbow, knees can bend generously, just dangle for a few. And as we're practicing, it's the question of like, what is it like to have a body now? And then how can I support that answer? How can I support being with what is here as it is now? How can I support what it's like to have a body now? You and it are on the same team. When it feels like you're not, do less. Lift the chest up halfway, spread those toes out, feet hips width, bend the knees, hands to thigh bones, keep your knees bent like you're sitting in a chair, cow your spine as you inhale, pop the sit bones out, side ribs up, armpits up, maybe chin up, cat, breathe out, scoop it, chin to the chest, twice more, cow, breathe in, Lowest part of shoulder blade together, down, front of shoulder head to back of shoulder head. That's gonna help you have space for the head if you do lift the chin.
Cat, breathe out. Ooh, one more, cow.
Cat.
And then roll up from here. Really take your time. As you inhale, you can bring the arms up.
Let's go steeple grip.
So you're going to interlace the hands, unwind the pointer finger and the thumb. Feet, your base, you decide. I like a little bit narrower than the hips on this one. Just feels good for now, but you can go together or wider. Big toe ball mound down. But inner thigh a little bit back. Breathe in, side ribs up. Keep pushing the feet, side bend to the right. Breathe out, 3. Center on the inhale, keep pulling up from the foot and the legs. Exhale, side bend left. 3. Good, inhale, center. Baby back bend, cactus the arm, open the chest. Exhale. Fold when you're ready. Good, lift the chest up halfway and walk to down dog. Sear the L shape of the hands down. Bring the legs together on your inhale breath. Lift the right leg back and up. Bend the right knee, lift the right thigh, yawn the right hip open as you breathe out. And just take some circles with your right knee so you can lubricate the thigh and the hip socket. You keep pushing your hands forward so the chest is drawing towards the thighs. The left armpit up and left hip away from left armpit.
One more inhale. As you exhale, lizard. Right foot wide outside the right hand. Good. And then see if you could just let the back knee float down. Stay, or forearms could drop. You could also prop underneath your forearms. It's just 3.
Then we'll twist in 2. 1.
And then twist this. So if you're good with the left forearm down, you can stay there or stay on the left hand. Right arm windmill it forward, up, back, yawn it back. If you want a quad stretch here, you can reach back, grab the back foot. Good. And then here, you bring the lowest part of the shoulder blade together in town. You move the front of the shoulder head to the back, and then maybe the head goes. So you're clearing space for the head. Nice. And then ditch it. As you breathe out, place the hands. Let's go to a wide-legged fold. Left knee lifts, crawl to the left. Turn your toes in and your heels out a bit. Lift the chest up halfway. Bow, fold, breathe out. 3. Good, and then we're going to twist the other way to the left. So lift the chest. Right hand is going to grab the outside of the left ankle or anywhere on the left lower leg. Start to pull the contents of your belly and your chest towards the left thigh. Let this right hip drop down a little bit. And then you can lift the left arm. Sometimes I like to use the right elbow down here and keep the chest lifted. Sometimes I let the chest completely drop and I fold and then twist. So you could be like halfway lifted or folded. Nice. And then you're going to ditch that twist, lift the chest up halfway, crawl to the top of the mat, Anjaneyasana. So low lunge, back knees coming down. You can have the toes tucked or untucked.
Float the arms forward and up as you inhale. Push the right foot, left inner thigh up, squeeze the left butt cheek a little bit, and then just push down, squeeze in to lift up. Your arms are overhead now, meaning your shoulder blades are spreading wide apart. What's lifting the chest is the serratus anterior. Again, side ribs up, armpits up. One more breath. Down dog, breathe out, just step right back. Iyengar style up dog, so toes are gonna stay tucked. Pike forward, breathe in. Dunk the hips down. Good, pause, breathe. L-shape heavy, bicep forward. Lowest part of shoulder blade together down. Front of shoulder head to back of shoulder head. Squeeze the peach a little bit. Maybe chin up, breathe in. Down dog. Breathe out. Well done, y'all. Same thing, second side. On the inhale, left leg goes back and up. Bend it, yawn and open. Breathe out. Keep pushing into the right hand to keep your right ribs, right armpit up. Shoulders level. Circle the left knee. Nice, one more breath. Right heel can lift on the inhale. Lizard exhale. Left foot goes wide, outside the left hand. Hands could come to blocks here. Float the back knee down. Stay. I recommend like letting the head go or come onto props with the forearms. 3 breaths. You can roll to the outer edge of the left foot too. And so much of it is like finding what you like, especially with the way I teach and I instruct. As many of you know, it's like track this on your own and find what feels good for you. But in the beginning, if you're just starting practice, it is good to just follow instruction, do what the person says. Because, otherwise you're just overwhelmed. You don't even know what to do. And breathe in. We'll twist this. Left arm goes forward. Up. Back. Quad stretch here if you want it. Slide the shoulder blades together and down the back. Both shoulder heads, left and right. Cycle from the front to the back. And then maybe let the head go. Good, and then it's going to be a wide-legged forward fold to your right. Lift the chest halfway, breathe in. Grab the big toes with the peace fingers on this one. And then as you breathe out, fold elbows to the side wall. Chest going to the ground. Weight a little more to the front of the foot. The tendency is just in the folds for the hip to be way behind the heel. So we want to get the hip over the heel. We want the center of the pelvis over the ankle line. Breath is up in the chest. One more. Good, and then we'll twist it to the right. So chest lifts up, left hand grabs any part of the outside of the right lower leg. Right hand can move over to the right here too. Pull the contents of the belly and the chest over towards the right leg. Let the left hip dip down, and then right arm reaches up. Remember, you could be up, left arm straight. You could be left elbow down. You could fold it. Good. If it's there, you can extend your right arm long in front of you. Start to turn the ribs from the left to the right. Just like one more breath, no force. Good. Half lift, breathe in, top of the mat, breathe out. Anjaneyasana. Right knee comes down. Float the arms forward and up. Give your left foot a good push. The peach a good squeeze. You want to swallow upwards through the pelvic floor, through the perineum. So squeeze the perineum. If you swallow down like you're swallowing water, you can feel the sensation of swallowing, right? The pelvic floor swallows up. Ribs off the pelvis. One more breath. And then it's right to down dog. Breathe out. Iyengar style up dog. Breathe in. Toes stay tucked. Dunk the hips. Pull the hands back a little bit. Bicep forward. Lowest part of shoulder blade down. Front of shoulder head to back of shoulder. Squeeze the peach. Chin can lift. Nice. Downward facing. Exhale. And then from down dog, gaze forward, heels up, breathe in, hop or step to the top, breathe out, lift the chest halfway, breathe in, fold, breathe out, stand on the inhale, hands to the heart, exhale. We're going to go for a tree, Vrikshasana. So you can bring your hands to your waist. Excuse me. Push your right foot down, lift the left knee up. And then the left knee, just hang it in line with the left hip. Get your right big toe ball mound pushing down, right inner ankle pulling up, right outer hip firming in. Your right leg's really strong, trying to make it as tall as you can. And then open the left knee to the left. You can grab the ankle to place the foot on the thigh, or place the foot on the shin, or kickstand it, and then hands to the heart. Find your drishti, concentrating the eyes on one unmoving point of focus. And then just keep working your standing leg. So big toe ball mound heavy, heel heavy, pinky toe ball mound heavy, center of foot up, ankle up, shin up. Squeeze the quad. Push the quad and the left foot together. Squeeze the cheeks a bit. Nice. And then as you inhale, you can float the arms up. So you're basically an hourglass, and you're dropping the sand low into the base so you can get light up top. And screw your left heel a little forward to draw the left knee back. You're pulling the outside of the left kneecap to the outer left hip. 3 more breaths. Ribs up. Maybe look up. Go up, arc back. Go up, arc back. Go up, arc back. Good, and then hands come into the waist. Left knee forward. Push the air down, stand on the left foot. Right to the other side. Right knee's coming up. Breath. Notice what part of the foot is dull, where it gets really light. Try to heavy it down. The center of the foot can lift up though. Good. Ankle up, firm the left leg, firm the left hip, open the right knee, place the right foot on the thigh, the calf, or kickstand. Hands to the heart. Tailbone heavy, sides of the navel up. Once your left leg's really firm, you're growing at a few inches. Screw the right heel forward to open the right knee. Right outer knee pulls to the outer hip. Maybe float your arms up. 3 more breaths. Go up, arc back, low rib lifting up. Nice. And then hands to the waist. Right knee forward. Push the air down, top of the mat. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, fold forward. Then breathe in, halfway lift. Right leg is stepping back, low lunge. Good, and then the inhale here, deep low lunge. So just slide the hip a little forward, lift the chest up. Hands could be on blocks, long pyramid. As you breathe out, shift the hips back, Bow and fold. Just do this twice more. It could also be an Anjaneyasana rather than a deep low lunge. You drop the back knee down. You float up. Good. Once you finish the long pyramid, bend into the right knee a little. We're gonna set up triangle from the ground up. So drop your left heel down and find heel to heels in line, or you can go a little wider with the feet apart. Place your block outside of your right foot. If you're feeling good, you can totally go inside. And then you're gonna push the feet down, straighten your right leg. And then I don't like to lift the chest by just lifting and left arm up. I like that windmill sweep. So your left arm can go forward and then you push down, you squeeze in to lift up. And then just make any adjustments you need. Use your whole back foot. Kneecaps are lifting up. Tailbone heavy, sit bones are wrapping underneath you. Sides of the navel pull up. As you got a lot of space from your right hip to your right armpit. And then maybe look up at the left thumb. Right bicep is turning forward here. So your right armpit can open towards the sidewall. And then on the final few breaths, like what would it take for you to float the right hand? What needs to be done? See if you could float it, and what'd you do? Cool. And then come up to stand. Hands to the waist, pivot to the left, take a goddess, heels in, toes out, bend the knees, tailbone heavy, abdomen is hollowed in, arms up. 5, find the outer edges of the feet, knees wide. Stand. Hands to waist, parallel the feet. For this back bend, see if you can bring your hands onto your back. Fingers are coming to the low ribs. So you gotta firm the legs up a lot. Push your low rib up, 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 up. You're lifting the ribs off the pelvis, and then you can arc back, bow and fold as you breathe out. Wide-legged fold. Good, and then lift the chest up halfway. Crawl to the top of the mat. Standing splits. So you'll walk the hands forward. Keep your right knee bent. Lift the left leg up just a bit. Not as much as you can lift it. Try to keep the right knee so bent you could get your right side belly onto the right thigh. And then you're just looking down. And then when you're ready, go ahead and spread your left toes and straighten the right leg as best you can. And then drop the chest and the head down. Left inner thigh reaching. One more breath. Goofy forward fold. Left leg behind the right leg. Outer edges of the feet meet-ish. Wiggle around a little bit so you can find the feet. Lift the chest up halfway, breathe in. Hands might need to be on blocks here. Bow and fold. Breathe out. I see a lot of straight arms in folds. Remember that if the body's ready for it, you're not going to be able to fold more if you keep the arms straight. You got to bend the elbows. And weight a little more to the front of the foot. Relax and spread awareness as you breathe out.
And then you're gonna lift the chest halfway, spread the toes out, coming up to stand. Keep the legs.
I like to unwind the knees a little bit here. And then on the inhale breath, arms go up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Push the feet down. Strong legs. Breathe in, pull up. Side bend right. Breathe out. 3. Think hips left. Chin down. Left shoulder back. Good. And then up. Arms to the side wall as you fold. Lift the chest halfway, breathe in. Good. And then step to down dog. Breathe out. You could go Iyengar style up dog again, or a chaturanga, or anything else you like. Remember, bicep forward. Lowest part of shoulder blade together and down. Front of shoulder head to back of shoulder head. Then chin up. Down dog, 3 breaths. Heels up, breathe in, top of the mat. Breathe out. Half lift, inhale. Fold. Exhale. Stand up, inhale. And the expression at the top. Fold. Exhale. Half lift. Inhale, right leg steps back, low lunge. Exhale. 3 times, deep low lunge on inhale, or Anjaneyasana. Long pyramid on exhale. Hands down, back knee up, back heel up. As you shift back, bow and fold. Good, long pyramid, breathe out. And then triangle from the ground up. So you catch a block if you need it. Bend into the left knee. Place the block to the outside of the foot. Drop your right heel down. Readjust the feet as you need through this. You're going to start to straighten the left leg. And then windmill the right hand forward, up. So you want to feel like the hand is supporting you. If I have my block too far, I'm reaching for the block. You can just place the hand so it's a little bit in front of the shoulder. Use the whole back foot, use both legs. You're trying to resist your legs apart from each other in this pose. Same for warrior twos, any triangles. You're trying to reach your front leg to the front of the room, your back leg to the back of the room. So it's like you're splitting the mat apart. Tailbone down, heavy. Almost as if your tailbone could scoop up into you. See if you could connect your left rib cage to your right sit bone, your right rib cage to your left sit bone. And then what would it take to float your left hand up? 3, 2, left ribs to right ribs. 1, stand. Good. Goddess, 5 breaths. Heels in, toes out. Any arms. Up. Good. Parallel the feet. Hands come to the low back. You see if you can bring your fingertips right at the low rib. It's a little below waistline. Push the fingertips into the back. Try to lift them up. Elbows to the back room. And then you can arc the back up to go back. And then bow and fold as you breathe out. A few breaths here. Any arms, maybe a chest expansion.
Nice, y'all. Home stretch. Half lift, breathe in, top of the mat, breathe out. Standing splits. Left knee. Remember, keep it a bit bent. Don't lift the right leg as high as you can. Left hip up, right hip down. Good. And then stay looking at the ground, because the tendency for this is right hip up. It's a half moon tendency, right? We're not going a half moon. We're trying to keep the hips leveled, square to the ground. So left hip up, right hip down. You don't reach with the hip. You're going to reach with the inner right thigh. Get the belly to the left thigh. Stay looking down. When you're ready, you can push the left foot, straighten the left leg, lift the right inner thigh, push the hands forward to lower the chest. And then you can just look at the right leg, top of right foot, shoelace side of right foot down, right kneecap down. And it wants to open so bad. Goofy forward fold. Cross the right leg behind the left leg. Pinky side edges of the feet meet. Readjust the feet a bit. Bow as you breathe out. Remember, see if you could use your hands to support the torso. And then let the elbows have a little bend. And then final few breaths here. Just withdraw from efforting. Move to awareness. With awareness, rolling up to stand. You can adjust the legs as you need to. Arms up. Breathe in. You grab the right wrist with the left hand. Just like when you're parking in a parking lot, you got to get length first and then turn into the spot. Same thing here. Go up, go for length, and then side bend to the left. Up, inhale, arms can go wide, swan dive them forward. Exhale. Half lift, step to down dog, right leg back, left leg back. Good, and then one more. Iyengar style up dog or a chaturanga or skip it. Nice, y'all. Let's go half pigeon. Right shin forward. Prop it if you need, and you can always lay on your back. Figure four, right ankle, left thigh. Inhale, focus on the in-breath. Relax, spread awareness on the out-breath.
and then just go right to the other side. So you want to make sure you're not on the outer edge of the foot. So left leg here. Half pigeon, top of the left foot. Not this flex, top of the left foot.
Relax on out breaths.
Something I like to do in practice is all of the sounds that you hear, is hear them as long as you can until you can no longer hear them. Really soft jaw, lips together, teeth apart, base of tongue spreads wide. Find a little bit of space between whatever is going on up there and you. There's nothing that needs to be done. Allow yourself to let go of wanting. When you're ready, you start to come up out of it. You can take a final down dog or just roll to the left outer hip. Bring the legs forward. You can give them a little shake out, and then maybe sitting on a blanket or a prop here. We're going to go seated Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Don't worry about how close you can get the heels to the pubic bone. They can be far away. Breathe in, lift up. You could stay here, or as you breathe out, bow and fold. 5 breaths. Nice, and then come up. Go ahead and make your way down onto your back and set up for a bridge. So coming into this bridge, don't lift up yet. Feet, hips width, knees are bent, arms long by the side. See if you could brush the heels with the fingertips. And then grab the outer edges of the mat, and you're gonna use the pulling of the outer edges of the mat apart to turn the bicep to the ceiling, to wrap the shoulder blades underneath you and walk them down, and to turn or cycle the front of the shoulder head to the back of the shoulder head. So then you can lift the hips when you're ready and just kind of keep working those actions by pulling the mat apart. Bicep to the ceiling, you're rotating the upper arm. Lowest part of shoulder blade together and down. Front of shoulder head to back of shoulder head. Breath is in the mid ribs. Feet push forward. Got a little more glutes too. And then come down. Rest for a breath. I like to lift legs and arms up, give them a shake, and then try 2 more. You can always support it with the prop if you want under the sacrum. Maybe a bridge or another bridge, or if you want a wheel, you can go for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Hands near the head, fingers face forward, or you could go fingers to the side wall and hands wide. That'll help with the shoulder opening. And then you lift. In Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel, your arms are overhead, so shoulder blades, spread them out wide. Push the hands down, relax the head to the hands. Down. Shake it out. One more. Come on up. Take what you need. Leave what you don't. Supta Baddha, soles of the feet to touch, knees wide, rest. Any arms. Good, and then place the hands to the outer thighs, draw the knees together. Left foot down on the ground, right leg up in the air. See if you could grab the right toes with your right peace fingers, or you could strap it or grab the back of the right thigh with your hands. And then right hip away from right armpit. The tendency here is for the right hip to just lift on up. You want to keep the right low back, right hip down on the ground. That's the work of the pose. As you draw your right leg towards you. And then just like flex your right foot and keep pulling on your big toe. This will give you something through the bottom of the right foot, the right Achilles, the right calf, back of right knee, back of right leg, all the way to the gracilis. Left leg might extend long in front of you. If you do that, you're anchoring your leg down, kicking through your left heel. No sleepy left feet. Left leg is awake, heavy. Nice, and then take an inhale breath. You can adjust your hands if you need here. Exhale, roll up. Shoulders up, head up, forehead towards knee. 3. Good, bring it down in the chest and then twist it. Right knee bends, right knee over to the left. Hips can move to the right. And then push off the left elbow, bringing it through center. Home stretch, final side. Right knee's bent, left leg up in the air. Grab the big toe with the peace finger, or remember, grab the back of the thigh. Maybe extend the right leg long. Left hip stays down, left side low back stays down, left hip away from left armpit as you draw your leg towards you. Don't compensate,
being able to draw your leg towards you, but the left hip is lifting up. I'm watching you. I'm just kidding. I just give the toe a little pull, work it all the way through the back of the left leg. And you can stay here, or to come up when I roll up, I don't grab the toe anymore. I grab the back of the calf or the back of the thigh, the back of the calf mostly. Take an inhale, roll up, exhale. 3 breaths. And then here, you can internally rotate it a little bit. So I'm moving the inner leg a little forward while I'm pulling the left hip away from the left armpit. Because my tendency is I go left hip away from left armpit and then the leg externally rotates. That's nice for when I'm about to open up. Leg goes wide. But from here, I want to keep thinking inner thigh, a little bit towards the front of this space. Left hip away from left armpit. All right, come on down. Oh yeah, twist. Left knee over the right. And then take whatever else the nervous system needs before Shavasana. And then you can make your way into your rest. I really like putting something underneath the hips, something soft like this pillow bolster thing, or maybe something like a blanket or a block. A block can sometimes be a little too intense. So just want to find your way by exploring potentially, or you might know right where you want to go. Let's let the back of the throat open. Hear the sounds that you hear until you can no longer. So for instance, there's like birds chirping outside my window. So I just listen to that as long as I can hear it. And then you'll hear other things happen too, but everything kind of just starts to smooth over as it's just like in one even layer of sound. Just let yourself move away from efforting if that sound instruction becomes too much. Really, with any instruction in asana, it's effort and then move to awareness, and then a little more effort and then move to awareness. So as we practice, we're discerning what instruction is for me, what instruction isn't. That's what I mean when I say take what you need, leave what you don't. But it is this discriminative discernment that, like, when asana practice begins once we're settled. And then once we're settled, you've heard me say, Patanjali says, asana practice begins when we concentrate on the infinite. This happens once we're settled, and then it leads to the discriminative discernment. Whenever I try to take all instruction in a practice, or accidentally do,
I end up hurt, in pain. There's some kind of violence and unpleasure. And then you move to awareness, spreading it wide, away from efforting. All instruction is also meant to be moved away from. But it's there so you can come back to it. Enjoy your rest. I'll leave you here and I'll see you next week or on the mat this week or sometime in this lifetime or the next, or wherever we end up. I hope you have a wonderful evening, day, whatever you have going on. I am so grateful that you practice and that you practice with me. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time. May you be at ease. May you live with ease.